face and I can't fuck with snakes. I ain't all the way back from my people, I pray I won't fortune for fame. I'm finna turn up and get they ass a taste. I thought I was global, they screaming my name. I'm everywhere like I'm the Chicago way.
Alright, Lil Moe 6Blocka.
6666.
Welcome back.
What's up, man?
Man, it's been a little minute. Like 2 months, if you ask me.
Yeah, been a minute.
So, if I remember correctly, one of us was on live interviewing you.
For sure.
This time, we in person.
Yeah.
And you could have been fucking with DJU, you could have been fucking with 16, or anyone else who's better than me at this, because I'm just now starting. But, you're back with the wave. We appreciate you for that.
For sure.
Alright, so, when you, remind me, you was on probation last time, right? Which is why you had to do that interview in the crib on live type shit?
Yeah, at the time, I was in hospital. That's why I did the interview on live.
Yeah, it was all good, ain't nothing wrong with that. But, so all that taken care of at this point? Like, you all good?
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
Yeah, just so the fans can know. Just so the fans can know. Yeah. But, yeah, and ever since then, it seems like you've been doing good for yourself.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yes, I've noticed, and this is something that surprised more than just me. Fans see you coming back with the Scrappers, part 2, with your boy.
Yeah, my boy, you know that.
But, of course, if you're going to be scrapping, you got to be scrapping all the way. So, so what's up with the Scrappers part 2 mixtape?
So look. I ain't gonna lie. That ain't even in play right now, bro. We got this how I got the Scrappers part 2. That's coming out, bro. We waiting on the split sheet. Soon the split sheets get done on that, that's gonna come out immediately. What I got coming out is my album. That's coming out. I got that coming out perfectly. But you just gave me an idea to get working on that though, for sure, cause that's what the fans want.
You do it different. I give you an idea.
Exactly.
You should have been thinking about this 2 years ago, folks.
I got other shit to do, man. I got other shit, ideas. I got my mind everywhere, bro. I can't think of everything at once, gang. That's why I got all type of people around me, blood.
Yeah. Well, what is this album gonna be called? If you know it.
Nah, I ain't make the name yet, cause it ain't just gonna be, any name. I made a name, but I ain't like the name, cause it wasn't hitting how it posted. I need something that's gonna hit, so I ain't got the name right now, but I got the songs done already.
Alright. Well, at least you got it into play. Alright. Well, we forgot to ask you about this last time, but so my fault on that, because I really came up with some questions and shit. But this is something that we hear often by you, but not a lot by other people. So we asking this now. So when it comes down to you, Mo, we know about a lot of things you got involved in, and a lot of people you've been around.
Right.
But the one name we often hear from you and you alone is the guy by the name of Monsta, if I'm not correct. If I'm correct. So we don't often hear much about him. So we want to get an actual understanding from you, since you're clearly the one who knows him. So who is Monsta to you?
Monsta, that's like my big brother. That's my mud brother. That ain't my blood brother. That's my mud brother. We brothers from the area where we grew up from. Monsta died in 2017. I was 12 when Monsta died. He died by the police. Monsta died by the police. So Monsta died. That showed me like life ain't no game. So like everybody, it's a lot of people that don't say Monsta name, like, cause Monsta ain't in their age range, but that ain't got nothing to do with nothing. Cause he's still from our block, so I make his name be lived on. So that's why I always say his name. I say Monsta. You feel me? That's why we coming to this point and you asking this question right now, cause I got to keep his name living on, keep his name alive. You feel me?
Of course, but we're not just going to assume that you're the only one who know him. I'm pretty sure you know a lot of other people, and not sure if you know them or not. But we're not going to ask about them. But what I will ask is this. Do you feel like the people who may say they're close to Monsta is doing a good job of keeping his name alive?
It's like it depends, bro. It depends. Like if you talking about people like The loyal people, yeah, bro. And it's people that just don't give a fuck, bro. We just gonna be real. I'm gonna be 100, bro. Cause there's a lot of people don't care if somebody die, bro. They act like they do, but when somebody die, I just be that. Does it? But I say the people who loyal to Monster, yeah, for sure, 100%, yeah, for sure.
All right. Like your answer, because sometimes when I ask that type of question, people might get it misconstrued because call me being messy, but that's not the question. I mean, that's not the point of the question. But all right, Monster. You know, I like that name, but that name is a little provocative. And when I say provocative, a name like Monster provokes fear. And in the eyes of people, they might just label, consider where you're from, they might just label him any old type of way that doesn't define who he is. You know him for sure, but the internet don't. So judging off the name alone, they'll stereotype him, say all type of bad shit to paint a picture of him that people, I'm pretty sure nobody is really going to hear. But because you know him, I'm going to ask you this. Is there anything positive about this man that you could say? Or maybe just even for a funny story. Just to show that, yeah, he might be known for X, Y, and Z, but it's good shit that people don't talk about. So you're going to talk about it.
I'm gonna tell you first, I'm gonna tell you, like, Monster can be for anything, bro. Like, yeah, monster mean for, like, a monster, a scary demon. But a monster can be like, that could have been what he liked it when he grew up as a child, bro. Monsters, bro. You don't know what was his purpose of his name being Monster, so you can't say that. And me saying Monster, bro, Monster, he got a child, bro. He is a human being, bro. He is a human being. He a regular human being, bro. Like, no doubt, bro. He a regular human being, for on Doocy, bro. Monster take care of his kids, bro. Monster a good person on Doocy, and he loyal to his people, bro. On Doocy, bro. Like, at the end of the day, folks, how I feel about Monster, Monster died for our block. So I always rep his name, bro. Monster is me. He is me, and I'm him, so when you ask about Monster, he all in the blood, bro. Like, he top 5, bro, to me, bro. Because this what he lived for, and he died for this shit, bro. Monster, yeah, he one of them, bro. It ain't about all what y'all think about him, bro. It's who he really is, bro. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, 100%. And, well, speaking of who he is, of course, we got those who may not still care about what you're saying. And when I say people that don't care, I refer to the police. Because to the whole world's knowledge, they don't care much for the black community. And what you mentioned earlier was that he was shot and killed by them. And, well, I don't want to talk too much into that because I'm pretty sure that's a deep subject. But what I have heard from other rappers who have friends who may have died to the hands of the police, that later on, that's during the time, it ended up becoming a riot. Like FBG Young said in a Cam Capone interview, shout out to both of them, that when a friend of his by the name of Lil B died to the hands of the police,
right,
it was a riot that ended up in the news. So it's like, and of course when a police officer murders a black man in general, it can go to a protest or a Black Lives Matter movement or even a riot. So when that happened, how did the area take it? Did they take it to that extent, or they just grieve in their own way?
Grieve in their own way. It went to the extent for, like how you just explained it now. They grieved in their own way. Every individual grieved in their own way. That's all it was.
Okay, cool. With that being said, may he rest in peace. Rest in peace, Monster. And I send my condolences to his family. And keep your head up, of course. Alright, well, in our last interview, remember how we was talking about sometimes you may not even be a rapper, but because of being where you're from, you could go on YouTube for your lives?
Right.
And you mentioned that you didn't feel no bad type of way about that because you was cool with the world knowing the good and bad. But at the end of the day, right, you know who you are type shit.
Yeah, for sure. I told you that.
Mm-hmm. After that, the fans did their own homework on you and they decided to remind me some lies about you. So you cool with us talking about a couple of them? Nothing too crazy though.
No, yeah, I'm good.
Alright, another moment you went on live was when it seemed like you was in the crib, I guess. I don't know where specifically you was at. But you was on live with another guy who's actually a part of JHE. I'm assuming from your area as well, by the name of Fatboi. And on that, and he even done interviews about this too with 16 Shot. Like he talked, like y'all both got a good friendship or whatnot. And on that live, it had to get, you ended it early, or somebody around you ended it early because on that live y'all was, are you and him still on good terms? Like,
man, who I forgot.
Fatboi.
Yeah, that's my boy.
And did you ever see his interview when he was talking about you?
Nah, I didn't. What he said?
No, he was basically saying good things. He like first he said something funny, like it be times when y'all argue, but he be wanting to put hands on you, but he be remembering that you just a little ass boy. So it's like he's still a kid at the same time. He's still growing and maturing, so he can't really fight him. But he will still like talk to him at some point, because he's not gonna get that mad. Overall, he still fuck with you. You was boy, and ain't nothing the internet could ever say or do that can separate y'all. So that's all I was wanting to see.
Yeah, that's for sure. But I be Fatboi.
I didn't tell him to say that. All right, enough of that shit.
I'm being funny, man. You just goofy. You said lame, man. It's y'all boy right here, man.
Man, 16 interviewed him. 16 interviewed him. Alright, now, another thing in our last live that we talked about when...
I ain't talking to you, going.
Another thing we talked about in our live interview was that about your deal with Capitol Records and how I ended that thing. And they didn't... Of course, we don't have to talk about it again. But then, what the fans asked, since the deal with Capitol Records didn't go what it should be or could have done, why not just sign Ruger anyway? Because first, y'all all homies. Y'all from the same area. Y'all grew up with each other in a way. And he got his own record label, which is something that's good. And he put everyone in his team signed to it. But it's like Lil Moe deserved it because of what all they went through. And on top of that, they make good music with each other. So it's like, to the fans, they want to know why not sign with JHE, since y'all already know each other.